Hello, insiders! Newsflash time. First item is a studio update. We've been hearing a lot of complaints about, hey, I can't find the subs report, which in Classic used to be under like a community section in the left-hand side. FYI, it's there. It's just on the dashboard. It's currently under the snapshot card on the left-hand side, on the left column. We're probably going to move it underneath the channel analytics card soon. So that's where it is. And then the second complaint is, oh, I found it, but then when I click on see more details, I only see the subs from the last 28 days, and I actually want a broader date range. So that will be coming very soon, probably in March. So we heard you, and we will be expanding the date range capability for that subs report. So stay tuned for that. We've also heard feedback about adding end screens in the studio editor and the need to always go back to Classic to add end screens, or the ability to import end screens from the last video. That was very hard to do. So there is a new native end screen editor in Studio, which also includes the ability to import from the last video and is a much more focused layout, so it's not quite as complex as using the full Studio editor. We're also aware of a bug in Studio where the 4K icon was showing up maybe when it shouldn't have, so we're going to make sure that that's corrected. So going forward, you'll just see the HD icon, and obviously that's going to be 1080p plus. It'll be aligned with what you see on the watch page. And then we'll add the 4K icon back later after we've fixed that bug. Another Studio update, we rolled out to about 10% of creators these new notification metrics, which indicated the click-through rate for people who have the bell turned on and saw your notification, what percent of them actually watched the video. We've been getting good feedback on that, so we're probably going to be rolling it out to maybe 30%. And then eventually 100%. Another Studio update, there is a 5% experiment. We're going to rename that left-hand column, instead of videos, it's going to be like content. And then it'll default you, I think, into the videos tab. But then you'll have the live tab and the maybe posts eventually. So that's an experiment. It'll give us a little bit more flexibility to kind of have all of your content in Studio. Let us know what you think if you see that experiment or if you find that very confusing. I know one thing that I'm curious about is I kind of wish personally there was a combined tab. So maybe when you hit content, it has videos and live streams and posts all kind of like together. But some people say no, they want it only separated. I kind of would like a combined feed plus the tabs, but let us know if you have a strong opinion in the comments below. Another experiment in the works, if you're using a mobile phone, in this case an Android phone, to access Studio from a web browser, we're going to start promoting more clearly the recommendation to download the Studio mobile app. Because as we move everyone off of Classic Studio, we're going to have more resources to invest in improving the mobile app. So we really would prefer that mobile users use the mobile app, not browse Studio with a web browser from your mobile phone. So 10% of Android users who access that will be redirected to download that Studio app. And that Studio app will get better and better. Channel memberships has just rolled out members-only live stream. So in the old days, I think you could do a live stream, you can make it unlisted, but then other people, if they got their hands on that link, could then join. So now we're going to have truly native members-only live stream. So you really have to be an active member to access the live stream. Some call-outs, just so you know, it is a beta. So this one is still early days. So some things that you should know are you will still have to notify your members about the stream, generally through a community post. So we don't have like a members-only notification yet. Also, moderators can only access the stream if they're members. So those are some known things, but we think that Creators are really going to enjoy this, and it's another benefit for your members to kind of get access to you, and another reason for non-members to sign up and support your channel. Next, regarding new playlist creation, they will now be defaulted to private, and you'll have to turn them to public if you're creating a new playlist. What we found is many viewers and users or casual creators were creating playlists for themselves. They didn't realize that they were public, and then were confused. So if you create a new playlist, it will by default be private. You'll have to flip it to public. It doesn't. This change doesn't impact any existing playlists. Okay, next, this is a heads up about Google AdSense, which if you're in the YouTube Partner Program is the way you get a lot of that ad revenue. Starting in mid-March, if you're in the YouTube Partner Program, you still will need to complete your Google AdSense address and identity verification if it's required in your country to continue monetizing your channel. I think what we had was there were some channels where they never did that verification. We were running ads, and then we didn't have a way to pay that creator. So now what we're saying is look, if you're not going to verify your AdSense and we can't pay you, we'd rather show those ads to creators who are in the partner program and are able to receive money through AdSense because they have done the location verification. So this is, I think, a good thing for creators who are leaned in and really are trying to make it on YouTube. And all you need to do is verify your identity and or address in AdSense. Then you're good to go if that's required in your country. If you are still pending verification, you're going to see a banner in Creator Studio and in AdSense saying hey, this verification is not done yet, or it's still in process. And this is just a way for us to protect the security of your AdSense account and make sure that the money earned from a monetizing channel makes it to the appropriate recipient. Next, as part of our commitment to responsibility, we are activating YouTube and YouTube Kids for Safer Internet Day with a YouTube blog post, so link below. Lastly, Barbara from Creator Insider did an interview with USA Today, and she gave an article as well as a podcast about her tips on how to grow your channel. As you know, Barbara is a tech insider, works at YouTube, but also is a creator herself, so she gives a really interesting perspective. We'll link to it below. Go check it out. At any rate, that's it for this week. Hope it was helpful. In the meantime, keep it real. Oh, what a long week. Okay. If you are still here, you are ready for the movie quote. Last week's movie quote was from Pulp Fiction. Look at the big brain on Brad. Was it Brad or Brett? At any rate, it was from Pulp Fiction, and the first person to guess it was Playworthy. So congratulations, Playworthy. You were the first. For this week, I haven't been watching a lot of movies, and I'm even running out of 90s movies, and I can't just keep doing clear and present danger quotes. So for this week, rather than a movie, I'm going to give you a little YouTube trivia. And this is not the official word from Search and Discovery. You can watch all of Todd's videos for the really nuanced, deep expert stuff. But I have found that when I focus on two metrics in YouTube analytics, I'm generally able to predict how likely that video will be promoted or recommended to viewers. What do you think those two metrics are? And if you know, put them in the comments below. The first person to guess correctly will get a shout out on next week's Newsflash. So this will be, maybe this will be a new thing instead of the movie quotes. It'll be kind of YouTube trivia. So that's the first thing. The two most important metrics a creator should think about when trying to understand why this video is or isn't getting recommended. And I'll just caveat that even if you get those metrics right, let's just acknowledge that even if those metrics are good, there's sometimes other reasons why it may or may not be recommended, such as audience demand or such as your relative performance for those metrics relative to other videos that we could recommend. But this is now turning into a much longer video. So just tell me what you think those two metrics are. All right, you guys keep it real. Peace.